Sayan here with the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and today we'll be exploring the case of Nansen, the famous explorer and oceanographer. A group of survivors approached the city stating they were fleeing from the storm. Their leader Nansen stayed behind with the gravely ill. As the storm marched closer to the city, scouting parties raiding abandoned research outposts discovered logbooks of famed explorer Nansen, who had been studying the weather patterns. He had already spotted the oncoming storm front and against all reason had gone to meet it head-on to confirm his theories about it, which suggested gale force 10 winds and plummeting temperatures the likes of which were impossible to endure. Unsurprisingly, Nansen himself is never heard from again. He gained prominence at various points in his life as an explorer, scientist, diplomat, and humanitarian. He led the team that made the first crossing of Greenland's interior, traversing the island on cross-country skis. He won international fame after reaching a record northern latitude of 86.14 during his famed expedition. His techniques of polar travel and his innovations in equipment and clothing influenced the development of scouting gear during the early days of exploration of the Frostland. This is the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. Nansen's story continues now. The Frostland Storm Origins. The idea for the expedition had arisen after items from Expedition 1, an American vessel which had sunk off the coast of Site 113, was recovered. In the wreckage, a group of bodies surrounded by debris and a map were recovered. The wreckage had obviously been carried across the Frostland Ocean, perhaps across the pole itself. Based on this and other debris recovered from the coast, the meteorologist developed a theory of trans-Frostland drift, which led Nansen to believe that a specially designed ship could be frozen in pack ice and follow the same track as the vessel did, thus reaching the vicinity of the true Frostland North. The Frostland is a strange and mysterious place, and at one point in time, it was a lush, magnificent forest. Welcome to the Frostpunk universe, where we cover various topics about the game's lore and unique stories within the game as well. Enjoy the rest of the series, and I'll see you in the next one.
What's up, guys? This is just saying lore, and today we'll be doing something a bit different. We'll be covering Frostpunk's entire timeline, history, and all the events that led up to the year 1886. The Frostland is a very unique, amazing, and interesting place. It's where most of the game's lore and facts about the past can be found, and it's also the area in which scouts go out into to scavenge for resources and hunt wildlife, and carry it back to the city. But this wasn't always the case. Let's go back to the year 1300, where the Americas and Europe experienced severe winters. However, this event never really brought humanity's attention to the fact that things and times were changing, and a potential new ice age could start. However, humanity continued on living, gathering, developing, communicating, and exploring. By the year 1698, the steam engine was invented, allowing further industrialization to take place. A few years later, or even more, might say, in the year 1804, the first snow hurricane was recorded. Following that, 1840, 10 years later, the locomotive was created. This single invention would then lead to the creation of the land dreadnought, massive machines that were used to carry vast amounts of resources across huge distances, along with ships, creating a logistical chain and a supply and development system. After that, in the year 1820, the difference engine was invented. This alone further added to the industrialization of humankind. After that, the telegraph was then developed and used. All of these inventions later combined together and allowed Etienne Lenoir in the year 1859 to create the internal combustion engine, also known as the steam core. And after this invention was a success and then captured by Tesla and used, electricity was then created. And by the year 1869, the radio and radio towers were created. All of these elements now allowed humanity to advance further than it had previously in our time, and as such, humanity had automatons, steam-powered vehicles with steam cores to enhance efficiency, along with other machinery and technology that are yet to be discovered within the Frostland, including a mysterious chemical that was used to power Victorian land dreadnoughts. However, things started to change for the worse, and the British Empire had to exhaust all of its resources to save humanity. This D-Day, or this Doomsday, occurred in the year 1886, when nature and the environment was unable to recover from declining weather conditions and declining temperatures. As such, snow hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, human activity, and nature unable to recover from the pressure caused a deep freeze to take place. And within that summer, or within that time, the following year after, winter did not end.
Welcome
And this
back
is what
to the
we know.
Frostpunk universe, and today we'll be discussing the history of Frostpunk. In the summer of 1886, the snowstorms began. Crops failed. People starved. Millions fled south. They met only destruction, famine, and death. In the farthest reaches of resource-rich north, the British Empire and the Imperial Exploration Company began the construction of massive heat-radiating generators. These grand engines would allow a chosen few to survive the frigid global winter, safe from the chaos of of a crumbling civilization. An apocalyptic ice storm came from the south and devoured all in its path. People fled in a panic, some managed to cross the seas and reach the site of a generator, only to find it frozen solid. And thus begins the story of Frostpunk, in particular the city of New London. Welcome back to the Frostpunk universe, and today we'll be talking about the creation of steam cores. Between the year 1822 and 1886, Professor Hawking created the steam core. The steam core was a massive boom for the British Empire, and it was also used by other countries such as the United States. This particular technology allowed many advances to take place within the known world. However, all knowledge regarding the manufacturing of steam cores was lost during the Great Frost and the chaos that ensued due to the collapsing of civilization. The inventor, Professor Hawkins, was trying to escape the fall of London by crossing the Channel with his belongings, including the blueprints for the steam cores. However, his ship or vehicle crashed, and he, along with the plans, was lost to time and the Frostland forever.
Assistant Engineer at Imperial Exploration Company. It's been 5 weeks since we have left the familiar walls of Birmingham behind. Weeks of uncertainty, of struggle, of hope. And finally, we have reached the shores. We had 3 deaths so far. Or small price for progress, as IEC called it. I can only hope I am going to avoid their fate. They've claimed there was nothing to fear, that this whole journey of ours was just a precaution. But now, it feels like the weather is changing. And the winter seems inevitable.
Welcome back to the Frostpunk Universe Explained. And today we'll be talking about Euphenie McLaughlin. A graduate from the illustrious University of Cambridge, was first seen in the recent release last autumn cinematic trailer, aiming to prove her worth in a world dominated by men by joining the Imperial Exploration Company as an engineer. Effie is one of the many engineers who was deployed to Site 107 to work on one of the most important projects ever, the construction of a generator, one of 3 such sites intended to serve as an evacuation site for the citizens of Liverpool in the face of the coming global winter. This is the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to the Frostpunk Universe Explained. The Telegraph Station, or the Telegraph, is a very unique building that can be found around the generator sites. This building combines both a beacon and a unique communication device that is capable of sending information over far distances from the generator site to the British Empire and the Imperial Exploration Company as well. This system was used to import resources like steam cores and engineers and other non-specialized workers to the site along with convicts via ships. This is the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and today we'll be talking about the convoy. Are these yours? The convoy, a group of individuals along with their machinery, are on their way to the city of Winterhold, and they carry valuable cargo that is essential to the functioning of the generator. In the last autumn, player has the option of either providing these individuals with the crates that they've lost on the way or keeping them for themselves. It is unknown whether or not taking the crates or returning them to the individuals has an effect on the scenario to come. This is Frostpunk Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. The glowworm was a device that was worn by all individuals within the Frostland. This device acted as a light source, a heat source, and an emergency distress system. The device was also used to power prosthetics. In addition to that, the device had two variants that we know of, one that was worn on the chest and the other one that was worn on the back of scouts. We do not know, however, what the power source for this device is, but nonetheless, it was a very important device used by all individuals within the Frostland. Thank you for listening to Frostpunk Universe Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and today we'll be talking about scouts. Scouts, also known as forgers, are individuals who are capable of exploring the Frostland and gathering resources and people and carrying them back to the city. They also have a version of the glowworm on their back. This is the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. What's up guys, this is Lore, and welcome back to the Frostpunk Universe Explained. Today we'll be talking about Site 120. Yes, Site 120 was destroyed due to a rebellion between the engineers and the unskilled labor force within the city. As a result, due to the fighting within the city and fire, the site was destroyed and thus ended Site 120. This is the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. What's up guys, this is Lore, and welcome back to another Frostpunk video. Today I'll be talking about land dreadnoughts. Land dreadnoughts are massive machines that are used to carry both cargo and individuals across the Frostland. They were used in the evacuation process of individuals from New London and played another vital role in carrying people to the generator sites. This is Frostpunk Explained, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to the Frostpunk Universe Explained, and today we'll be answering a question by Democracy Manifest. Why is it that they headed north? Why is it that the Imperial Exploration Company thought it was wise to build generators in the north? And why is it that the survivors of London and other cities headed north as well? Well, the reason for this was that area had large coal deposits along with other raw material deposits like iron, for example, and other rare minerals that were necessary for the construction of the generator towers. It and the other cities had any knowledge of each other. I'll give you the short answer: yes, they did know of each other. However, it was on a need-to-know basis. The area around Winterholme, Tesla City, and New London was very active in exploration, science, and economic development. It was here where the old world was trying to figure out the cause of the deep freeze and prepare for evacuation if needs be. But we all know how that turned out. The area surrounding the generators sites was once a lush forest and still is rich in raw materials. The region is closely linked to the last autumn, which could mean that the events that take place in both regions are connected. The telegraph station and radio towers were present within both regions, as they are essential tools used to request manpower, resources, and send information to the Imperial Exploration Company and the Old World.